Hello and welcome back to Devil's Fireside. And it's me, your host, Devil. And we are once again back again with Way of the Samurai 2. So, I got done with talking about the urban nature of the samurai this time. So, what some people don't know is that during the Edo period, the Japanese government had two sides to it: the shogun and the emperor. The Edo period was dominated by the fact that they had this two-player system, so to speak. So, when it comes to the shogun was the warlord that hired all the samurai for the wars and anything that needed done in Japan. And they were the true power, so to speak, because of the fact that they held all the sway over these things. The emperor, on the other hand, had a little bit less power because he didn't control as much of the military. However, there were imperial loyalists. Now, when it comes to us, we were given the job of going and checking on the nameless child. So let's go ahead and do that.
No, it hurts, Dr. Genon.
That proves you're still alive. You should be happy about it.
But, yo! Hey, thanks, Doc. The pain in my side feels much better now.
I use shiatsu massage to expel the noxious vapors that have been lurking in your liver. Now you just need to take a packet of this medicine with some hot water each night.
Thank you. Well, about the payment.
Don't worry about it. You can't be expected to work if you're sick. Once you feel better and can work again, we can talk about payment.
Thank you so much. Well, I'll be going now.
All right, next patient. Who are you? This is a hospital, you know. You can't just stand around here with your sword all day. Heh, I can't stand you, samurai. Always getting in the way. Go on, get out of here.
Samurai have their purpose.
Huh, you really think so? All samurai do is walk around all high and mighty, never doing a lick of work. As long as people like you are in charge, this country's in trouble and won't last much longer.
Doctor, this samurai is different. This is the person who saved little No-Name from the Auto Gang.
Save the girl. Must have been some kind of mistake, or a coincidence. No Ronin that ever comes wandering around Amahara is going to do something that commendable. Haven't I always told you?
Doctor, you've got to come quick! Grandma has collapsed!
What? Let's go, Chio.
Doctor, please wait! I'm sorry, but could I ask you to look after the clinic for a bit?
Of course. Hurry up and go.
Thank you. I owe you one.
Now, the difference between the samurai and the lower classes is the fact that samurai held such high esteem and power. They were nobles. And seeing poor samurai was actually pretty common, and why Dr. Genon has a bit of a hard time with samurai. What happened?
Oh, ow!
What's wrong? The pig licked the man's belly button? Boiled tofu is great with soy sauce. The full moon shines brightly. I don't have any idea.
Ah, it hurts. I'm dying.
Get out of the way, you fool!
Main way to talk to a child?
What's this?
Yes, he did just fart, and she fainted.
Well, the pain in my side was gone, so I got hungry. Well, I had 9 bean jam rice cakes.
Soup! You're supposed to eat soup, you fool! You seemed a bit panicked there. I guess even samurai like you can crack under stress. But I must admit that you didn't abandon that man. He may not have looked it, but he was in danger of dying. You just may have saved his life. And thank you for bringing him here. But if she had been able to properly explain the problem, even this samurai could have helped. Well, there's no use talking about the impossible. But she is a hard worker. Since she can't read or speak, the ladies at Amakaze don't have to worry about her leaking their clients' secrets. They have her carry letters and messages. In a way, not even being able to tell us her name has given her an advantage that a normal child wouldn't have.
That's just not right.
I must admit that it's not an ideal situation, given the kind of work that she has to do. But I have any number of patients who are near death. I'm afraid I just don't have the time to spend on someone who isn't even sick. Or are you saying that you have an idea? If you do, what is it?
I'll teach her how to read and write.
Teach her to write, eh? You? You're going to do that? I see. That might just work. But what kind of person would spend so much time on a child like this? You're quite the character. You hear that? This samurai is going to teach you to read and write. You should probably ask Don Pachi at Amakaze about her. He's in charge of everything. That is, if you're serious about helping her and won't change your mind. I don't want to hear you gave up later.
And so now, we're back again. So we have taken it upon ourselves to teach this child to read and write. Now, they say she can't speak, but she's obviously making vocalizations. What this means is she's most likely deaf. And when it comes to a parentless child who's deaf, you can imagine that they would be pretty hard-pressed to find any kind of social care in a Japanese society. At least an ancient Japanese society. A lot of children, especially good-looking ones, would be taken in by hostesses of, shall we say, special hotels. And these children would be able to learn how to be, well, geishas and consorts. And that is exactly the kind of fate that our young child would be receiving.
The child got home fine. Sorry for the trouble. This is a small token of my thanks. It's not much, but here you are. You know, she seemed awfully happy when she got back. Of course, I couldn't really make heads or tails of what she was trying to explain to me. Do you have any idea what happened?
I have decided to teach her how to read.
You, teacher? I see. That's a good idea. I'm all for it, but my Kaze uses her as a messenger. You should probably ask my Kaze about it.
We have got something very important to discuss. So, why don't you go and see Dampachi for a while? Dampachi told me all about it. He said that you want to teach her to read and write? Do you really think she has the time for that? She's got all she can deal with as it is. What with helping me and doing all the household chores. And there are many jobs that I can give her precisely because she can't read or write.
Her situation is tragic, and I promised her.
What does a drifter like you know about the situation? Fine, if you insist. I have a solution. You will have to pay for my time. If you want to spend your time teaching her to read and write, well, that's your business. But I'll have to charge you my standard fee. That's the way it has to be. The fee is 1 stick of incense and 1,000 mon. If you can't pay, I'll have to ask you not to interfere in our affairs. Don't you think it's cruel to get our hopes up for no reason? You understand, don't you? I have an appointment now. So, if you'll excuse me...
And so, we begin our attempt to try and teach the girl what we can. We also now have to figure out how to make 1,000 mon. And I know of one quick way to do it. That Alto gang definitely seemed like it had a decent amount of cash lying around. Of course, we could also try to work for the townspeople. Or even attempt to try to work for the magistrates. All in all, these are all excellent ways to make money. And it'll be up to me to figure out just how to do it. Now, the stick of incense is going to be the difficult part, because I don't rightly recall where I get a stick of incense. But what I can tell you is that I will be finding one and figuring out where all that stuff is next time on Devil's Fireside. I hope this was a wonderful time for you, and I hope to see you next time. See you later!